This is Dolany TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. Welcome back to video number 3 of this fine Saturday. And welcome to the video you've all been waiting for as we get prepared for an 8 p.m. puck drop against the Calgary Flames tonight, who will be wearing their Blasty jerseys, by the way. Probably the most I've looked forward to a Calgary Flame game in a while, that's for sure. But with that is, we know Troy Grosenick was claimed on waivers today, so we have some moves to be made, and well, a few, I want to say about half an hour ago before I tried to tie the tie and get the whole thing going here for Saturday Suit Day, well, the Oilers made some roster moves, and if you're new to the channel and you don't know how this works, well, tonight I can guarantee you there will be a live stream of tonight's game on Dolany TV, the reaction and the replay and all that fun stuff that you normally come here for during the season. I'm taking it. I've slowed it down this year, but we're going live this evening at about 7:30 to get geared up for tonight's hockey game. Now, what I need to do, if you just want to stay up to date with the post game, also consider hitting that subscribe button and sticking tuned. So the Oilers roster moves. Bear placed on the IR. That opens up a spot on the forward chart or on the defense chart. We've already got Legis and we've already got Bouchard up on the defensive side of things. So that means for the Battle of Alberta this evening, Jujhar Khaira has been recalled. Now here's the problem. Do you see the Oilers going with 11 forward, 7D again tonight? I don't know. Would you prefer in tonight's battle of being the first one since February 1st, would you prefer to have Jujhar Khaira in the lineup or Evan Bouchard? Seems like a no-brainer to me. However, this one does not fully become a no-brainer simply because if Jujhar Khaira is in the lineup, that does allow you to have an extra guy that knows how to chuck the knuckles and make an impact, kind of not between the between the whistles, not during play. So for Jujhar Khaira, also a big body and a guy that can come in and crash and bang during play, so maybe a little bit of an add there as well. Stuart Skinner recalled from the taxi squad. Gee, that's shocking. You know what? Grosenick claimed on waivers. Man, what were the Oilers going to do? They need a goalie to back up Mikko Koskinen tonight. How about Stuart Skinner, who's had one career NHL appearance, one career start, and one career win. And of course, like every other Oilers goaltender, i.e. Mikko Koskinen this season, a below 900 save percentage, but the Oilers are somehow a 500 team. Beats me, beats you. Nobody really knows what's going on. So those are the moves the Oilers made ahead of tonight's Battle of Alberta, and of course, we've got ourselves a game at 8 p.m. That's going to be a big-time blast here on Dolany TV. Literally, blasty on the chest of the Calgary Flames this evening. It's going to be fun. That's really all I'm looking forward to is just, you know what, the season has kind of started, but the season for the Oilers was not going to start until the first Battle of Alberta, the first of 10 versus the Calgary Flames. And think about this, right? The Oilers have played, 12 games so far. They're 6-6. Almost a quarter of our next 44 games come against the Calgary Flames. That is an immeasurable amount of standing points right there that we have to go out there and start winning tonight if you're the Edmonton Oilers. The benefit here is if the Leafs lose, the Oilers win, and all things are equal, we're 3 points out of first place. That would be absolute Looney Tunes kind of situation for the Oilers at this point, considering everybody was saying that we're doomed, we're going nowhere. But again, all things being equal, you lose this game, you are in danger territory. Calgary's 1 point behind you. The Canucks could be up a game on you, and then all of a sudden, yeah, things get a little bit more interesting by losing this game as opposed to winning this game. But if you're going to lose this game, if you're the Oilers, you must at all costs lose it in overtime. That's, you know what, we've lost 2 games this year realistically that should have went to overtime. You talk about that, suddenly the Oilers are 6-4-2. They're 14 points, 1 point behind Winnipeg, 3 points tonight before this game gets underway out of first place, with the potential to be 1 point out of first place if they had lost 2 games in overtime. That said, you know what, you can't dwell on the past too much, and us Oilers fans, we tend to do that quite well. So now tonight, you know what, just focus on tonight, play the emotional side of the game, play the game smart, play smart and stupid hockey like I was saying in that Tkachuk versus Kassian rile up, get everybody excited video I did a couple of days ago is, right, smart but stupid, is go out there, don't take dumb penalties, but play stupid to the point that it benefits you, right? If you beat up Tkachuk but don't take a penalty, but it was a stupid play, fine and dandy. You got Tkachuk out of the way, and guess what? Now the Oilers can romp with McDavid and Draisaitl, because that's the thing, is this year, more than any, there is incentive for a Matthew Tkachuk to not chase after Zach Kassian and make him take dumb penalties. No, you go right to the men in charge, Draisaitl and McDavid, and you make them pay the price. That's my fear tonight, is it's no longer Tkachuk versus Kassian. It's Tkachuk versus McDavid and Draisaitl. Do your damage with those guys on the ice and try and make the Oilers pay the price. And then, you know what? Yeah, great. Kassian wants to go settle the score. Guess what? McDavid, Draisaitl's out of the lineup. It no longer matters about settling the score because the damage is already done. And I'm not saying that's the game plan out of Matthew Tkachuk, but that would be probably the smartest game plan he could throw our way tonight, simply because now more than ever, it counts. If there's intent to injure, well, it benefits you very much so. And I don't know, right? Is how much are the Flames realistically going to lose Matthew Tkachuk in the situation they're in, as opposed to if the Oilers lost Connor McDavid for 10 of the next 44 games, right? You get where I'm going? Is there's a little bit of an added incentive to be a greasy rat out there and just really cost the Oilers some man games lost by being a clown or a 5-letter word or something, whatever you want to, a 4-letter word, whatever you want to throw at Matthew Tkachuk. Tonight is, you could see a show unlike anything we've seen so far out of him, and that's very dangerous. So tonight, if any, you would really want to see Zach Kassian taking as many shifts with Connor McDavid to get out there and at least try and protect the captain, because it could be a total bloodbath on the superstars tonight. And for the Oilers, like Zach Kassian, you know, if he goes out there with intent to injure, he may never see the ice in the NHL again, given the skate blade incident, given the Tkachuk incident from last year. So the Oilers are kind of in a bad situation, and that is, let's circle back to this taxi squad situation where Jujhar Khaira comes into the lineup. Khaira, a guy who is just as capable at beating people up as Zach Kassian is. Obviously, you don't want Darnell Nurse out of the lineup with Ethan Bear out of the lineup already, so Jujhar Khaira really comes in and plays a pivotal role. But is any head coach in the NHL nowadays coming in to the locker room and saying, hey, you're here to throw fists? I don't think that's the reality of the NHL anymore, unfortunately, for a lot of folks, because, well, I'd love to see it, right? I'd love to see Jujhar Khaira come in and just chuck knuckles with Matthew Tkachuk and just kind of take him out of the game as soon as possible, and still have Zach Kassian to take care of Buddy Robinson's in the lineup, or any of the other bigger Flames that want to throw around the weight and try and get a little greasy. You still have Zach Kassian, while only having 5-10 minutes missing from Jujhar Khaira, who you're not going to notice missing out of your lineup, as opposed to maybe a Zach Kassian who's a right-hand shot. He's got speed, he's got size, and he can, if he's having a good game, put together an offensive game for you that benefits and hopefully wins you a hockey game. So that's kind of where it all comes boiling down to. I think Jujhar Khaira is how important his physical aspect of the game will be, and trust me, the Oilers are in trouble if Zach Kassian and Jujhar Khaira, who should both be in the lineup tonight, don't show up physically. We will have major issues, because, you know, in their own barn, down in the situation the Calgary Flames find themselves in to start this season, they're looking at all costs to take those 2 points in regulation and say, screw you, screw your captain, screw this guy, screw that. We are going on a tear here, and by taking you on a tear, it means taking you down and beating you up, and that's what the Flames more than likely looking to do against the Oilers tonight. So the Oilers, if I'm telling you there's a pregame message, play smart but stupid hockey and come prepared, because it is going to be a war any way you cut it this evening between the Oilers and the Flames on Hockey Night in Canada, 8 p.m., live here on Dolany TV, and of course at the Scotiabank Saddle Dome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tyson. This is Dolany TV. That's probably one of my better pregame rant, rave, whatever that just was. That felt like something from a movie that I just did. I didn't even realize I was going that way. Anyway, If you need to subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you want to leave a like, please leave that like button, and definitely clear your schedule around 7:15, 7:30 this evening, because we'll be going live for the Oilers, the Flames, the Battle of Alberta reignited. Ladies and gentlemen, I am up on out of here.